I can't be like the only person who has terrible time management, huh? Alright, hey guys, welcome to another MapleStory video. Today is going to be a guide video on cubing. People have been asking me over time to make guides on every single aspect of upgrading and progressing in MapleStory, and I find cubing to be a very strange one because it's like the least sophisticated system out of all of the other like upgrading systems. You know, I would say Star Force is a little bit more complicated, or Flames, or anything like that. But cubing, I guess people still want to know what cubing is, so I guess I'll make a guide on it. I think people are just mostly looking for what you want to get in terms of potential. I think pretty much everyone knows how cubes work, but I'll explain it anyway. In other news though, I boomed my gloves. Feels bad. Alright, anyways, let's get into the guide. Let's talk about cubes. So firstly, I guess a little bit of a history lesson. Cubes were introduced to MapleStory in around late 2009, early 2010. They were supposed to serve as a form of extra damage that you can get on your gear, just like further upgraded. And when hidden potential items came out, you can run into items that had various bonus stats on them, such as the form of potential and bonus potential. And with cubes, you can re-roll those potentials to get better, more suitable stats for your character. And I'll show you, I guess, the various aspects of cubing and how many cubes there are, what you can get with cubes. So first and foremost, every time you pick up an item, whether it drops from a boss or every time, let's say, you purchase something or you redeem something from, let's say, coins, it has a chance to have a form of hidden potential. If an item has a hidden potential over it, it'll be covered in a red border, as you can see right here, or a red stroke or outline, and then it can come with the various potential. Every time you do find an item on the floor with various potential colors, it will have a glowing aura around it that's indicative of whatever potential tier it is. So as you can tell, the Fafnir Damascus, which is a rare potential item, has a blue aura, and the Tsukuyomi's Execution Sword has an epic potential, which is a purple aura. There are 4 total potential tiers in MapleStory. There's rare, epic, unique, and then legendary. So unique is going to be yellow and legendary is green. The tiers go in a hierarchy, so there's rare, then it goes up to epic, then it goes up to unique, then it goes up to legendary, with each potential tier being stronger than the one before. Most of the time, you can pick up a bunch of things like rare, epic, and unique gear on the floor. So rare has the most common chance. In fact, almost every piece of equipment you pick up will have a rare hidden potential on it. And occasionally you might get lucky and you might find an item with an epic potential on it. And very rarely you will find an item with a unique potential on it. I don't think I have one. So all items except for the pocket, the android, android robot, the medal, and in newer cases, the badge can be potentialed, and also totems. So you can potential 4 rings, 2 pendants, a weapon, a belt, boots, everything, basically everything here that you can see in the equipment window if it has a glow to it. So for legendary gear, you can see there's a green outline around it. So those can all be potential. In order to reveal an item with a hidden potential, you gotta click on this magnifying glass icon over here. And you just hover over any item that has a hidden potential, you click it. Some of them will require Meso the higher level they are, and then it'll show you the potential that you get. Items can come in either 2-line potential or 3-line potential. Let me see if I can get a 2-line. No, that's also 3. There you go, 2-line potential. To get an item from 2-line potential to 3-line potential, you need a potential stamp, which looks like this. And by using them, I guess I'll waste it. It'll allow you to get a 3rd line of potential on an item. You always want to make sure you have a 3rd line of potential before you start cubing, because cubing will not grant you a 3rd line. It used to, but now it doesn't. So in order to rank up an item from rare to epic to unique to legendary, it just takes cubes. There are also scrolls that you can pick up that allow you to get a potential higher than the potential that currently exists, such as epic potential scrolls, unique and legendary potential scrolls, which I'll show you right now. Ordinarily, there's only one specific type of potential scroll that you can get, such as potential scroll and advanced potential scroll. But then you'll run into things like unique pot scrolls, there's epic pot scrolls over here, and then let's see if someone's selling a legendary pot scroll. So you could, if you want to, just use those scrolls on a lower tier potential, and then you can upgrade it that way. However, you can also upgrade it just by using cubes. Each one of them have a small chance to upgrade the rank of your potential. It's very easy to go from rare to epic to unique, but from unique to legendary, it's pretty difficult. So I'll go over the various cubes that exist in MapleStory. Fortunately, I have one of every single one. The Occult Cube is the lowest potential cube in the game, but it's also the most common. It allows you to recube items that are from epic or rare. Now when I say recubing an item, it means re-rolling the item's existing potential. So as you can see right here, it says 12 dex, 60 MP, 60 MP. If I were to use a cube on it, which does cost meso, it will change the stats of the item or the potential lines of the item to just a random assortment. And then you have a small chance of upgrading the item. If I can try to see if I can get it in a cheap amount. It's kind of difficult to do it with the Occult Cubes because the Occult Cubes have a very low chance to tier up, but it can cube any item that's either rare or epic potential. So it works for epic potential as well. Master Craftsman Cubes allow you to cube items from rare to unique, so it can cube one tier higher than Occult Cubes. So with the Master Craftsman Cube, I can cube a unique item. Do I have one? I don't think so. Unfortunately not, but you can still use it on things like a lower potential item. And then Meister Cubes allow you to cube items that are legendary. So let's see if I can recube an item. This works. So that's the usefulness of Meister Cubes, in that they can recube an item that has legendary potential. Legendary potential is the highest you can go. And there are two other cubes that you can get from the cash shop. There are red cubes and black cubes. I'm going to go ahead and I guess buy one of each. Or let's go to the reward shop and buy one. Never mind, I don't have one. So go ahead and buy one cube of each so I can show you exactly how it works. The red cubes function pretty much exactly the same as a Meister Cube, although I believe it does have a higher rate of tiering of the potential. So we're going to go ahead and show you. Just the same, exactly the same UI, except it has a red cube icon over here. However, the black cube is a special case in that not only does it have the highest chance to tier up your item, but it also can give you the option to choose between the potential you had before or the potential you had after. So as you can see right here, you're allowed to choose which one you want. This is a very good cube to use if you already have a good existing potential and you're just trying to roll for something a bit better. But if you don't have any good potential at all, then it's better to use reds because reds are cheaper. But blacks are definitely a little bit better in terms of getting a higher rank and also just to keep an item at a decent potential whether you do get a good or bad new one. Alrighty, so I think that explains all for potential. Let's go into bonus potential. There's a second form of potential that exists on items known as bonus potential. Bonus potential is a second row of 3 lines that you can pick up on an item, and they are much more uncommon. So with the Fafnir Damascus, it already came with a pre-existing main potential, which a lot of people say main potential is the first 3 lines, and bonus potential or B-pot for the second. Very few items come with it by default. They all come with maybe regular potential, but very few of them come with a bonus potential. However, you do have the ability to apply bonus potential by getting bonus potential scrolls. So let's go back into the auction house. Sadly, there are only one type of bonus potential scrolls. You can't get epic B-pot scrolls or unique B-pots or legendary B-pot scrolls. You can only just get regular. Regular and special B-pot scrolls do have the chance to get you an epic B-pot. I've had it before, but most of the times you'll just get rare. And you can also get potential stamps from here if you want to get a 3rd line on your item. Now this is where I guess the biggest part of the pay-to-win aspect of cubing comes into play. There are only 2 ways to cube B-pot. The first way is actually a pretty new addition to the game that they added a couple of weeks or months ago, called Bonus Pot Occult Cubes. Let me see if I can find them. Here we go. Looks like a bonus Occult Cube. It's essentially an Occult Cube, but with a green shade at the top. It allows you to recube bonus potentials up to rare, only rare. It can't go up to epic. So it allows you to at least get a couple of decent, regular, low tier B-pots on your character. Because compared to main potential, B-pots have different stats, which means you can get slightly different or slightly better bonuses or even slightly worse. So for example, take a look at this reinforced pendant I have. It gives you 11 attack, which you can't normally get on the main potential. And even in rare potential, you can get things like 2% stat or 10 attack, which does make quite a big difference if you have it on every single item. So that's one way to get it. Bonus Occult Cubes, besides getting them from events, only drop from very difficult endgame bosses like Hard Will, Hard Lotus, Hard Lucid, Hard Damien. So they're not really available for the average player on a, I guess, infinite basis. They are quite finite and they're hard to come across. However, the other way to get it is to go into the cash shop and you pick them up from here. Bonus potential cubes are more expensive than black cubes or red cubes. So as you can tell, this is only meant for if you want to really go for the end game. B pots are very important though, so eventually you will have to go after them. There are ways for you to get bonus potential cubes without having to actually spend money. First way is to get the Fairy Bros, which is actually disabled right now, or kind of glitchy at the moment. See, right here, the last week is for some reason not available to us. And then the other way is to go to the Meso Market and buy Maple points with that. Now let's quickly go over how to obtain the various cubes. Apart from the one that I just explained, I already explained how you can get bonus potential cubes. But for main potential cubes like Occult, Master Craftsman, and Meister, I'll show you how to get them really quickly. If you guys are looking for what potentials to go for on which equipment, that will be reserved for the equipment video that I'll be posting later on in the week, so I hope you guys can be patient with that. But I really want to wrap this up quickly because this is probably the sloppiest video I've ever made. So ordinarily you can get Occult Cubes in a matter of ways. You can get them from things like monster exploration, you can get them from opening boxes from, let's say, elite bosses, you can get them from sudden missions. Most of the time though, you can get them from killing bosses. So I'm going to actually go ahead and kill Hard Papletus real quick, or Chaos Pap, and show you. I just hope it doesn't cost me my life. Ah, rest in peace, my gloves. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and just buff up real quick. Occult Cubes are very easy to get, especially if you can take on a lot of bosses, because every single boss in MapleStory provides you with cubes that you can pick up. So I'm going to go ahead and kill this guy really quickly. Here we go. And as you can see right here, he dropped a couple of Occult Cubes. These cubes are pretty common. Master Craftsman cubes you can pick up also from bosses. Some bosses do drop Master Craftsman, and some bosses do drop Meister as well. To craft these cubes though, there's also the ability to craft them. Let me head over to Ardent Mill, 1 second. Smithers. If you have a Master Craftsman smithing or a Meister smithing, you can craft these cubes. And there you go. They are relatively expensive to get in terms of the item crystals, but cubic blades you can get very easily. Cubic blades and Chaos Cubic blades can be obtained from elite bosses. You see them every once in a while. I'm sure you've met one by now. They have a chance of dropping a cubic or Chaos Cubic blade. Very low chance, but they can also drop a few other things. So that's how most of the people have been farming them. If you're at Reboot, the chances of you being able to craft a whole bunch of cubes is kind of low. But if you're on the main servers, you can go to the auction house and buy them. They're super cheap. Other ways you can collect Master Craftsman or Meister cubes is that you can get Master Craftsman cubes from the Legion coin shop. You can get 3 per week per character. And they're transferable across the account. So if you have a lot of Legion coins and a lot of characters, you can get multiple cubes from there. And you can also get cubes from whatever event is happening right now, because if the event has something like a coin shop, you can buy cubes here too. Meister cubes are slightly more difficult to come by. You mostly only get them from doing bosses or by just crafting them, because since they have a chance to rank up your item to legendary, they're pretty substantial endgame cubes. They're still useful even to pro players. I think that's it though. Maybe I forgot one small detail, but the video is running really long and I do apologize guys. So I'm going to end it off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. A rating would be much appreciated, but I will see you again soon in the next video. Take care.